everyone. Okay, I want to welcome us. So just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Sure. Okay, I want to welcome us to another episode of Food Talks. And I like starting by introducing myself. My name is Jennifer Namde. People in my community call me Coach Jenny. And my goal, I have one goal, to help you develop a better relationship with food so that it can help you achieve your goal, whether it has to do with losing weight, gaining weight, or maintaining your current weight. So anyone this is the right place to be. And one of the things we handle in some of these our episodes of Food Talks is some of the misconceptions that people have always had about food, some foods, or nutrition generally. Just like today's topic is going to be very, very interesting. So if you have not yet shared this post, you're not helping your friend. So please share the link. Let others join. Okay. And I'm just going to wait a minute. Let me just attend to something. Please excuse me. Okay. Okay, so I also apologize in advance because I'm having a bit of cough, so you guys are going to permit me to cough at some point. Excuse me, don't get my handkerchief. Also, I want to apologize for the light, but at least you're seeing my face, so it's good. It's good that you see my face. At least see me as I am. So basically, I'm going to be talking today on bread. Is bread your enemy or is bread your friend? Generally, I think my own take, and generally, why people are always against bread and processed food is because of the effect it has on the body. The moment you keep eating it over and over again. Remember in previous episodes, I always start by telling you guys that sometimes the body is like a building. Once the foundation or the building materials are not strong enough, it will weak produce a weak house. What am I trying to say? Your body functions and grows based on the nutrients you give it. That's carbohydrates, the protein, the fats, the good and dairy fats, the vitamins and the minerals, and water too. It thrives. It lives on these six classes of food. So when you eat and it's not getting some of these nutrients from the food you eat, that's where the problem is already. Okay, that's where the problem you cost one quanta in your body. So because of that, your body will not start producing weak cells because it's got weak nutrients from what you ate, maybe the previous day or over time. So that's the same thing with bread. I like telling people that bread falls in the same category as processed food. And I like saying processed food as Igbo people will say nri ajuru aju, because bread and some of this processed food cannot get spoiled. Okay, so because they cannot spoil easily, microorganisms cannot even eat it. That means microorganisms cannot even get nutrients from this processed food. So why are you putting it in your body when microorganisms have already rejected this particular food? So it doesn't really make sense. So coming to the part of the bread being whether it's a good one or a bad one, I have a general counsel, not just bread generally, but carbs, because I know why people are avoiding bread is because they want to fight against carbs and because carbs will help them gain weight. But that's not entirely true. Okay, you will gain weight from bread when you constantly take it over time. When you are constantly taking the bread over time, is see what happens in your system when you take bread or any other processed food that doesn't contain any nutrients. They are just full of energy. Okay, once you take it to your system, your body sees it as, oh, this food has already been digested because it contains more of sugar and glucose, and that's the smallest unit of carbohydrates. That's what your body breaks down the food they eat to bring it down so that your body can use it. So when you take it, your body feels like, oh, this food has already undergone the digestive process. So as soon as possible, it pushes it into the bloodstream. And when that occurs, there is now too much sugar in the bloodstream. Then your body will also be triggered. Oh, too much blood in my blood. Sorry, too much sugar in my blood. So what will you do? It produces insulin to reduce the amount of sugar because there's a quantity of sugar that should be in your bloodstream per time. Okay, and per activity you are doing. Okay, so when it feels, oh, this sugar is too much, what will you do? Oh, it will pump insulin. And what is insulin doing? Insulin is reducing the amount of sugar in the blood. And one of the ways it does it is it preserves it as fat cells. That's why over time it keeps storing it. If you are the type that eats bread and other processed food over and over again, it keeps storing it. And from storing it, you find that you already added because of continuous consumption of overly processed food. Do you understand me? That's why I always tell you guys that balance is the key in all these things. This is Nigeria. Let not hide mouth for you. This is Nigeria. Bread is now one of our staple food, kind of, even though it's processed. So how can you make it to be a healthier option for you? It's simple. All you have to do is to make it more nutritious. How? Don't eat only bread. Yes. Add a protein source to it. Add vegetables to it. There's something I do. Recently, my mom started producing soya powder. So one of the things I do, instead of drinking a normal tea, I I buy the soya powder from her. Yes, why am I buying it? Yes, now it's our business. Why won't I buy the her product? So buying it, the powder contains soya bean, tiger nuts, and dates, all grounded together. You see, this is already nutrient packed. So I take it to my bread plus the egg that I'll still eat. Do you understand? So this is one of the ways to make your bread more nutritious so that your body will not get threatened by it. Because when you add some of these veggies, let me say you incorporate like egg, it reduces the digestion time. Like from your mouth to your stomach, your body is no longer threatened that, oh, I'm not threatened though, the sugar is okay because the protein you've added to it is increasing the digestive time and the time that the sugar will get digested and passed to your bloodstream. So this is one of the things that you must really, really pay attention to. Then, if you are someone that pay attention to the type of bread you buy, okay, another thing you can do is go for wheat bread, yes, and other ones that has more fiber. Because one of the things about the white bread is that it has been processed. So most of the nutrients and the fiber has been removed. So those are the things that help delay digestion and um delay the pumping of sugar into your blood, thereby insulin and all those things. So these are the two things you can do. Then the third thing I will suggest, which I will do very soon, just that I don't have the space for it yet, is you can make your own bread. Yes, let me say it. Try to make some of these pastries yourself because when you are making it on your own, you can determine which ingredients you can put to your taste. Some of this bread that we buy outside, we don't know how they process it. We don't know the condition it was processed. So beyond it being even highly glycemic, that means like customers have too much blood in our and too much sugar in our blood. Oh God, I said blood in our sugar. It's all right. Another thing, you are conscious of the environment. It was the bread you prepare at home was one prepared with the best of nutrients. Yes. Two, you prepare it with love and care. Food that you prepare at home is sweeter. Oh, forget that to know. Then the third thing is you are conscious of the environment. That means your environment is clean enough. Because sometimes you don't know the environment that the bread that you bought was prepared in. Another way you can make your bread nutritious when you're the one making it is you can incorporate some fiber into it. Things like hazelnuts, preparing with oats. Yes. You can also add nuts. Okay, this way you're making your bread more nutritious and not causing you to have, so that at least if you're eating food, your body is sure that, oh, this bread, I'm getting some nutrients from it. I'm not just excess sugar. So I don't know if you have any question. If you have any question, please leave a comment. Let me attend to it, because that's one of the things I love about this session. It gives me the opportunity to answer your question. So if you have any question around it, or you feel like you missed some part of this and this thing, you can just leave it. You can leave me a comment so I can talk about it now. And this is also an opportunity to tell you to join my community. If you have not, you're missing a lot. And from March, it's going to be different challenges back to back that will help you build a healthier relationship with your food and exercise too. Because I know a lot of you don't like exercise, anything that have to do with standing up from that place that you're sitting down and taking a walk. So this is what the community is all about. And yeah, that's even where you will have one-on-one, you're going to have one-on-one contact with me, especially if you face a challenge in the process. So don't be shy to reach out to me, and don't be shy to join the community. Don't be shy to join the community. So I'm still waiting for our questions in the next 1 minute, because we've actually spent our time. Then if you missed a major part of this class, I'm going to upload it very soon to the YouTube or even on Instagram. So just stay tuned. You've not really lost. Okay, I'm seeing Cake It Asap. Is it bad to avoid bread completely? No. It's the same thing as asking you, will you avoid rice? Because rice is you don't know that rice also pumps your body with sugar. I mean, you think it's because bread is bread with sugar. The thing is that you can't avoid bread totally in this part of the country. And if you notice, generally now in the world, bread is more like now is considered as a staple food. So the best thing you can do, I don't tell people to, I will not tell you to avoid it totally, but whenever you're going to eat it, add a protein source and a source of fiber. Then, if you're someone like me that doesn't like, that love bread, sorry, if you're not like me, wait, what am I saying? I love bread. So if you're the opposite of me, you are good to go. You can focus on eating your normal food that you cook at home. It's much better. And as a way of closing, one of the differentiating factor for a good meal and a bad meal, not like bad meal, like okay, food that contains more nutrients than food that contains less nutrients, is one thing. How fast does it get spoiled? Food that is packed with nutrients, microorganisms love those ones, so they will spoil that one quicker than the ones that have been processed, because the ones that have been processed, a lot of the nutrients has been gone, preservative has been added to it, and a lot of things has gone into it. So whenever you are checking the food to try to weigh the options you have, which one of the things you can use is which of them will spoil faster. Then go with the one that will spoil faster, because that one is packed with nutrients. And yes, I think I've answered your question, KK. If you can, completely avoid bread. If you want, if it's not, please, this is Nigeria. If you don't like bread, you are good to go. But if you're okay, I'm saying, what of bread and tea? Bread and tea, I don't know your goal currently, whether you want to lose weight, add, or maintain your current weight. But the truth is that the only challenge I have with bread and tea, I was eating bread and tea before now. Let me not lie. But I kind of swapped the tea with the soybean powder I told you guys about. So if there's a way for you to swap that tea, because tea already is processed, okay? I like telling people, when you're reading a food label, the it's healthier when you can. Okay, this is another. I'm giving you guys as the second tip now. So when you're reading a food label, let me say you went to the mall and you want to buy um, a processed food. One of the things that you should look out for is when you look at the ingredients, a healthier food option, you will be able to recognize most of the ingredients. Do you understand me? But if you want to choose a food and you can't recognize most of the ingredients, it doesn't really make sense. Okay, because you can't actually say, oh, is this one good for me or is it not good for me? So that's another thing, another tip you can use. That's why when you want to go and buy yogurt highest the highest ingredients to have is four: the milk, the starter culture, water, then flavor. These four things. And that's one of the things that makes it a healthier option. That's the thing you can also check out for. So tea, try and swap it with something. Then don't just eat bread and tea. Okay. Try to add egg and a source of fiber. You can take a fruit with it. Okay. Or you can make like what I normally do is I add carrots and green pepper in the egg I'm frying with onions and pepper, obviously. Then salt to taste to make it even keep you more full throughout the day. Like you feel more full throughout the day. So I hope I answered your question. If you still have more questions, please join my community. The WhatsApp link is on my bio. Just join and ask your question. It's easier for me to answer some of these questions for you than you waiting for another episode of Food Talks every week. So don't be afraid, don't be shy to join the community. People are waiting to help you, people are waiting to be part of your journey. I'm also waiting to be part of your journey. So that by the end of this year, it will not be like I said I'm going to lose weight today. Sorry, I'm going to lose weight this year and I didn't achieve it. Or oh God, I'm saying another question. What of bread and sardines? Yes, sardines is a good option for omega 3 fatty acid, and is a good listen, a good the good side of the good dietary fat. So it's something you can do, but don't forget you need fiber. You need fiber. Fiber is one of the things that will make you more full. The sardine is already the protein, but you also need a a a fiber source. So that I hope that answers your question, Chicks. So thank you for joining me on another adventure in Food Talks. Remember, my goal is to help you develop a good relationship with food so that this year you will achieve that health and fitness goal. Okay? Third, the oil is the preservative. Oil is a good preservative. That's why if you notice that when you let me say they took the light and you put tomato stew inside the fridge and the stew has oil on top, it stays more than some other food. So oil serves as a good preservative. That's why I know there are some sardines that are kind of processed. Remember I told you guys I'm not totally against processed food because this is the stage we are currently in the world. Okay, but I'm saying that don't just rely on only processed food. Okay, it's not something that you should be eating like morning, afternoon, night, morning, afternoon, night. It should be something you eat once in a month or even once in a week, depending on how your progress is. Okay, so processed food, I won't tell you that it's entirely bad because this is the world. We are evolving. Okay, so it's just for you to limit your intake of it. But sardine is the name of a fish. So sardine itself is a good source of omega 3 fatty acid and it's good for the body. Okay, so that will bring me to the end of the class today. We really overstayed our time, but I believe it was worth your time. And I hope to see you same time, same place next week. Okay, so bye.